Well, didn't they sound amazing? That is, of course, Bell's Corners Public School Choir. Well, we'll be right back with more coverage of Christmas lights across Canada right after this. Stick with us.
Month on Super Channel, Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis star in the beautifully disturbing story of ambition and madness in Black Swan. Denzel Washington and Chris Pine race to stop a runaway train in the explosive action thriller Unstoppable. And C.S. Lewis's epic masterpiece comes to life in the Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. The biggest movies and the brightest stars, only on Super Channel.
Order through your remote on Channel 335.
The holiday season is here, and it wouldn't be the holiday season without Operation Red Nose, a designated driver service that lets you celebrate until the party's over, and then return home safely in your own car. The service is easy to use and free. Just call us and we'll drive you back to your home. For more information, visit OperationRedNose.com. Operation Red Nose, last call before you hit the road.
Christmas Lights Across Canada is produced in partnership with the National Capital Commission and sponsored exclusively by Manulife Financial.
An annual Christmas Lights Across Canada. As we mentioned off the top, this all got launched back in 1985 by the NCC, and we are joined by the Vice President of Marketing from the NCC, Guy Laflamme. Guy, great to have you each and every year. I mean, this really does kick off the holiday season. We love coming here, and I know you guys plan this for a long, long time. What goes into putting this together?
Well, thank you for your annual support. Yes, this is planned from Early September, that's when we start finalizing the selection of colors. We have landscape architects who worked on the displays of lights. 300,000 lights along Confederation Boulevards, 15,000 here on Parliament Hill. Very proud of my team. This is one of our flagship events, and it's such a precious moment when you have all the premiers from provinces and territories who come together with the messages as part of the illumination ceremony, and having His Excellency the Governor General and the Prime Minister here this evening is quite a memorable event.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a beautiful sight. Now, where would you say are the best places to get the best view of the Christmas lights?
Well, you have to go for a long, romantic walk along Confederation Boulevard. But I must say that here on Wellington Street, Parliament Hill, and then the Cenotaph, the War Memorial, is probably one of the most spectacular locations. And then walking down Elgin to Confederation Park is also a memorable experience.
What's it like, Guy, for you and your staff to, after all this planning, you stand back, you see them hit that big button, the lights come on and the fireworks go. How does that feel as a team?
We go, wow, yes, we made it again.
And
Now we have to
sense
get
of
ready
relief.
for Winterlude.
That's right.
Now, there's one other question I wanted to ask you. This is going on for some time, but it will end at some point. So when should people make sure that they stop by the Parliament?
So the lights are turned on at 4:30 every evening, and they're on till 2 in the morning. And the lights will be on all those sites until January 7th. Okay. So take advantage of the holiday season. Come down as often as you can, because this is probably one of the most precious period of the year along Confederation Boulevard.
There's no doubt about it, Guy. You mentioned Winterlude. We don't have much time, but is there a new theme this year with Winterlude? Is there something new that you guys are working on you can share with us?
Well, I'd say the most striking innovation is the fact that we have way more new partners. We've gone from roughly 20 outside partner organizations to over 70. So all kinds of new elements that will be announced in mid-December. But in the meantime, enjoy Christmas lights across Canada. This year we have the partnership of Manulife Financial allowing us to improve the program. That's why we had fireworks, pyrotechnical effects this evening. So a memorable time period in Canada's capital region.
Guy, thank you so much, and congratulations to you and your team. We know how much hard work goes behind this, and it was well worth it. Looks amazing here.
Wonderful.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holiday season.
Happy holidays to you as well. And don't forget to get out to Winterlude. As he said, they're planning that right now. Well, Joanne Jordan has some special guests standing by. Let's go over to you, Joanne.
I do have some very special guests. I am now joined by Caleb and Dryden, and they were just telling me there's only 17 more days of school left before Christmas holidays. And speaking of Christmas holidays, we've been talking about Santa Claus. So Dryden, why don't you tell me what you were telling me about Santa Claus and what you have planned?
Well, I have planned,
What were you asking from Santa this year?
well, I was asking for a few things, like, let's see, a few toys like as dinosaurs and stuffed and things like at least a teddy bear and a doll of something.
That
and
sounds awesome.
lots of, and much more. Yes.
And now what about you, Caleb? You were telling me your favorite part of Christmas.
My favorite part of Christmas is when, like, Santa leaves a message. Like, I finally get to talk to him for like the first time of the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to wait a whole nother year to leave another message to him.
And that's fantastic. Well, thank you both so very much. And we'll be back right after this break.
This month on Super Channel, Natalie Portman and Mila Kunis star in the beautifully disturbing story of ambition and madness in Black Swan. Denzel Washington and Chris Pine race to stop a runaway train in the explosive action thriller Unstoppable. And C.S. Lewis's epic masterpiece comes to life in the Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader. The biggest movies and the brightest stars, only on Super Channel.
Order through your remote on channel 335.
The holiday season is here, and it wouldn't be the holiday season without Operation Red Nose, a designated driver service that lets you celebrate until the party's over, and then return home safely in your own car. The service is easy to use and free. Just call us and we'll drive you back to your home. For more information, visit OperationRedNose.com. Operation Red Nose, last call before you hit the road.
Welcome back to the 27th annual Christmas Lights Across Canada. We're on location here at Parliament Hill. We, of course, are your hosts, Derek and Lois. And what an incredible evening this has been, hasn't it?
That light display was amazing. I can't believe I got to see that live for the very first time here.
What did you kids think of this light display that you just saw? Awesome. Indeed it is. As we said, we invite back the Bells Corners Public School Choir. We mentioned a little bit earlier you're going to be able to catch them and 11 other choirs on Rogers TV in the coming weeks, Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. But we would love to hear you guys sing again for us. Can we ask you guys to sing again? How do you like that? Oh, yeah, they're ready. All right, here they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Bells Corners Public School Choir.